Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good one. I'm recording this slightly earlier than I in the gaming process than I normally would because well, okay. I crashed out of the game. And I'm curious where I'm going to end up. Okay, not unexpected. I was doing a caterpillar mission, or I was doing one of the large haul caterpillar missions. Okay, I have all of my stuff. I was kind of chaining together a bunch of missions, excuse me. I was kind of chaining a bunch of missions together, and I was very curious if I was going to lose everything, and I didn't, so that makes me happy. Like, it was a... Well, I don't want to say a stability nightmare. I don't know. Okay, like, people have problems with CIG, and the negative emotions are still, vibrant. Rightfully so. I'm not gonna say they're, not, you know, but, yeah. I was half expecting to maybe show up in the ship in the caterpillar with still getting shot at, but it was also a day ago. Like, maybe not exactly a day ago, but, you know. I've made a little bit of progress. On resource drive. Yeah. Sorry. I don't want to be... not to be super stoic or anything. I do have this this raft rented for a little while longer, but that's okay. Oh, didn't realize I had that.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. I had a bunch of thoughts. I've been running it through my head. Oh, like, what's the title of this video gonna be? Like events? How an event should be or something, or how to event or something. That's not the right button. God. Maybe I shouldn't be giving this advice, but you know, I guess, I mean, because I'm trying to, I'm not a, you know, I'm not a game developer. Not a game developer on a, you know, big MMO. That door is... I'm very curious about that. What was I gonna say? For one thing... Oh, also that mag is, seeing some shit. Interesting. Okay, so... the resource drive event, I think, like, I might have said the same things last week, but I think, like, we have to understand, or at least try and understand, like, everything that is at play here, in terms of, like, stability, playability, why they decide to do these things and why they don't. And, you know, I mean, I don't have all the answers. Listen, okay. I think that there are a few, like, good points and a few bad points that some people, like, have. Okay, sorry. So, first off, you know, the fact that this is an alpha. And like, this whole event is just testing stuff. Dude, listen, I think 100% are better ways to go about, like, incentivizing testing than what they're doing here. Like, like, maybe not ludicrous, but like, dude, okay, so you run an event, people get, like, really excited, pumped up for this thing, you also make it sound like, yep, this is going to be good, this is going to be great, this is going to be perfect. You don't give any indication that there's going to be problems or issues. You know, even though in PTU testing, correct me if I'm wrong, I wasn't there, but what the fuck?
Thanks for grabbing another contract. Updating the collection order with your contractor ID now.
Okay.
You are good to go.
The fuck do you mean obstructed? How is everything obstructed?
Quantum drive deactivated.
Okay. Cool. So, like, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not going the right place, but it's okay. But yeah, like, ETU testing, you know that that stuff is broken. Now, like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have freight elevators that they know are broken in, you know, in the event, in the cargo event. I'm not saying they shouldn't, they, you know, need to put them at, you know, exclusively have them at the stations, because this is an alpha, and you are testing the game. However, like, and, you know, you can get good data out of it. The idea to bottleneck the event to a part where you know is broken means that everybody has to go through this. Everybody has to test this. There are people who are just completely frustrated and disappointed because you did that, right? You don't want that. You don't want people getting angry at you. You want people, like, enjoying themselves. I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't know, I guess I could be wrong. But yeah. Presumably you want that. And, yeah, so I mean, for one thing, if they didn't have the intro mission and it was just, hey, here's a bunch of missions, that, I think, definitely would have smoothed over a lot of things with people. Yeah, sure. There's some element as well of, hey, people would have, oh wow. I don't know where my 85X went. But damn, that was actually really close. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Again, I mentioned it before. I definitely mentioned it before, but they just make this event that's supposed to be this fun, exciting, ripping, thrilling thing, or whatever, and then it's just this stressful, like, thing that sometimes doesn't even work, and it just feels like a waste of time, and it's just makes everybody angry with CIG. Maybe not everybody, but, like, you know. And, I mean, just there is maybe, sure, some degree of, like, okay, why am I not moving? Okay, there we go. Ooh, that's gonna be a problem. It's almost like they didn't want you to do something like this. You know what, actually, screw it. I'm gonna get paid enough money to cover the cost of repairs. And we can talk about Wicklow's dead to me. but and like I think a lot of people share that sentiment. It is also one of the things actually. So these limited time events with these limited time awards, I think, are stupid. It makes people stressed and angry at CAG, and I think they do have a better way they could do it now that they have the mercenary missions. I do think they can have a literal alpha testing mission that is just, hey, we need data. If you are able, we hey, the freight elevators are busted. We need people to go test it. If you do this mission, we're gonna give you, however many credits, maybe twice as many as, normal. And, well, okay. I think probably realistically just, hey, do these missions, and there's going to be a little tracker. If you do, 50, 100, 1,000 missions or whatever, then we're going to pay out, like, 1,000 Janelite or something. I don't know what the numbers would be. I don't care. But, the idea just being that, like, there's rare in-game resources that they could pay out, and that would definitely mean, like, I would, oh my god, doing, some hauling missions so I can get some Janelite, and it's also, helping CAG, like, test freight elevators, getting the data for freight elevators. Holy shit, yeah, I'll do that. Like, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? That'd be amazing. And I mean, it could be literally anything. And, it doesn't have to be Janelite, it could be... I mean, hell, it could be account-bound items. I think that... I do think, to some degree at least, having things that aren't account-bound and are just, hey, this is something... hey, this is something you can, this is something you go and just do. Then... I'm sorry, what the fuck am I saying? I should have hit the landing gear much sooner.
Landing gear down. Landing complete.
Hello. Nice to see.
Sorry, I just came in for repairs.
Time to leave then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that we need, like... to have, like, all of these account-bound things, especially if it's just, hey, we need, like, we want to stress test this one particular mission or this one particular area, we need the data to make things better, right? And that's the main point here.
Which to leave? Yes, I find my button.
Sorry. But yeah. And I think... I don't know. I think that seems pretty reasonable in terms of, just like... I mean, I also do think that just limited time rewards are literally FOMO for the sake of FOMO. Like, there was an entire, Captain's Table podcast about, is CAG really doing FOMO? And, I mean, there's some good points, but there's also, like, there's absolutely zero goddamn reason that this armor stuff needs to be limited time. And frankly, like... Okay, I don't know what CIG's plans are, but, like... Let's just be realistic here. They said, and I know CIG said something, so they have to stick to it, right? CIG said that suggested, at the very, very least, that subscriber items and gear that you paid real money for, you know, you would have a permanent warranty with. You might get crafting recipes so that you can just craft them. And that would presumably apply to paints as well, I imagine. Like, as long as one person gets this gear, as an account reward, I don't see why they wouldn't apply it, like, universally. I mean, maybe they wouldn't, but as long as somebody has, the, you know, the blueprint for that thing, then they can, do whatever the fuck they want. I knew Babbage works well enough. They can just, you know, up and give you a, they can just craft you a, R-Corp Strata armor chest piece if you really want it, or the backpack. And and frankly, it seems like sort of limiting themselves with, like, why, like, what if we have an R-Corp event in the future? Like, why not just give us, oh my god, why not just give us the ability to, you know, to do this thing? That I don't know. I would love to know. And I mean, like, you know, of course, maybe the next time we see the Strata armor, if they did this, you know, maybe it's not with every single reward that was here, but that's okay. I mean, frankly, like, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they just put a, you know, at a, like a faction shop, not a guild shop, but a faction shop specifically for R-Corp, Microtech, Crusader, Hurston, you know. Sorry. I don't see why they couldn't just have those, like a faction shop with that, where you just go and you earn faction script or faction credits or whatever. Just, or, you know, it's, oh hey, you can only buy this, you can only buy these tier of things because we like you this much, you know, because you have this tier of reputation with us. You know, that kind of a thing. I don't see why they couldn't do something like that, you know? And like, if they do say, hey, this is a limited time of thing, and then it's available in-game, then people are, I don't know, I mean, gonna get at least a little antsy if they're playing with their emotions like that. And rightfully so, because, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, like, it's manipulative. And, like, what does CIG gain by, oh, no, you aren't alpha testers, this is a full game. This is, you know, we're being serious about the playability and stability of this, and then, you know, like, oh, it is still an alpha, and then, you know, when something's broken, they hide behind the, oh, you know, it's an alpha, and, like, just be, like, honest about it, and, like, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, like, because the thing is also, right, that they literally have not said, oh, well, we genuinely 100% intended for the freight elevators to be working, and we did not anticipate it being broken. I mean, that looks really bad because it looks like, because again, I'm pretty sure in PTU they were broken. I think they've been broken ever since they were introduced, basically. Which, of course, like, the first time something's introduced, it's going to be broken, and then you fix it. It still hasn't been fixed up till now. And by the way, like, 4.3 is now in PTU. Currently with Evocati as I'm recording this. And like 4-3 is when they're fixing the freight elevators. When they're ending the event to that is centered around freight elevators. Why? CAG, what are you doing? Like, people have also said that they're, oh yeah, no, don't worry, they're gonna extend the event, they'll extend the event. Bullshit, dude, they've, like, I don't know every single time they've extended events, but, like, they did extend an event, but, like, Supply or Die, which this is, like, the closest analogy to, Supply or Die, they said it was going to run through March, and guess what? It ended in March. It did not end in April. It ended before March was over. It ended when the next patch was released. I was like, Jesus, that's... wow, okay. Certainly a way to do it. Ooh, third person isn't working. But yeah. Like, there's not too much else to say, I don't think. Really. Just that I'm disappointed in a lot of ways. And you know what? Honestly, like, there's a lot that I still think is like, dude, this is just bullshit. And like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, with the video content. Dude, this is Saturday, and they never released the newsletter on Friday. I never got one. Like, I hope I'm just a dumbass and somehow unsubscribed to the newsletter. But like, yeah, I mean, dude, like, I don't know. It feels like something's fucking going very wrong at CAG, and I don't know what, I don't know why, and I'd love to hear some communication. I feel like, I don't know, when there was a lot of ship artists left. I mean, the thing is in the industry that, like, it's just, well, in any industry, there's going to be, in any company, there's going to be people who come and go. And I don't think, like, the Merchantman getting half done, I think is, I mean, it's, like, comically tragic. Comically tragic. But at the end of the day, the thing that could happen, I don't know where I'm going with this, but like, I don't know, it would be nice just to be, I don't know, I feel like there's more of a story there than what I've heard, right? I think Paul Jones and a lot of other artists went, I want to say the story that I've heard is that they went to make their own game, and I don't know how that went. I think they specifically was with Ubisoft, and I looked at Paul Jones' personal blog, and I can't remember any like really specific details, because he presumably can't share those specific details, but I don't know. Feels like they definitely lost a thing with that. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, I do want those. I god damn it, I so badly want to fucking see those stupid fucking, like, just alpha testing events that are just literally, hey, we need you to test freight elevators. Hey, we need you to do this thing. And it doesn't need to be crazy rewards. I think, and, like, it doesn't need to be... I really do think that it could genuinely just be, you know, like, hey, here's a really difficult resource to get, especially nowadays that, you know, that Wicklow is the thing. I'm never gonna fucking interact with Wicklow, ever, unless the economy team, like, gets their head out of their ass. I'm sorry, but, like, I don't know what else to say besides that, like, there's just zero sense in me giving a shit about Wicklow. And it's all, like, it's genuinely just because the whole economy of the thing. And if the economy team is doing nothing about Wicklow, or if the economy team isn't in charge of Wicklow, then listen, whoever is in charge of Wicklow is a complete sadist. Like, and that's my honest opinion. That, like, I get, you know, I've mentioned, oh my god, I've mentioned that, like, they said in the Star Citizen Live, where they were talking about loot and how you get items in the verse, they mentioned, you know, hey, there's you know, like, we want, the reason it's a rotating list is mainly because, you know, there's the new thing, the new mission, activity, event, or whatever, and the whole point is, you know, that Wicklow is supposed to, you know, is supposed to be the incentive to go and do that event. And, like, literally, I've never given a shit about any of the sandbox activities. They've never been an incentive to me. And they will never be an incentive to me, even if I want a stupid Icti or a fucking Polaris or, you know, a Guardian, which, by the goddamn way, where the fuck is the Guardian? It's just not available in game anymore, and that's, like, that's still, like, the fact that nobody gives a shit about that particular fact, I think is, and no CIG employee has said fucking anything about that, is just beyond me. Oh my god. And the terminal just freezes.
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And I think I mentioned before, but, like, genuinely, if there was, like,
Your insurance claim has been set.
there is a value. Because Wicklow, either Wicklow's going to get removed at some point because it's just a stand-in for crafting or some bullshit. Or it's, like, you know, Wicklow is an actual character that they want to have in the universe and they want to have this thing. They need to find a better way to balance this, in a way that people like me can actually, like, you know, interact with things and actually be happy to interact with Wicklow, because I love the concept. I love the concept. I'm not getting a single fucking irradiated Apex Valakar Pearl. Like, that's never happening. You know, like, if I need to get, you know, 100 Ninetales, you know, armor chest pieces, for every one Valakar Pearl for a you know, recipe. You know, I think I've mentioned probably the idea of, like, instead of having Valakar Pearls, I mean, you know, having some things here and there, but, like, just a blue favor, a red favor, a green favor, whatever, you know. And just, hey, you either, you need the 5 blue favors for this and the 5 green favors for that. You can either get a green favor, you get the blue favors the way you get the regular favors, you know. You get the green favors by doing the, by, you know, Apex Pearls, Janelite, or you can go and, you know, get, you know, 100 copper, 100, 100 whatchamacallit. 100, you know, duster armor helmets, 100, you know, whatever. 100, 1,000, I mean, and you know, I mean, like, that's a balance. That's something that makes sense, that could be done. And like, you know, how much is too much? 100, 1,000? That would be a good thing to test. I mean, I don't know. It does feel like there is a not insignificant amount of feedback that people have that are legitimate things people could do, and it just feels like it all falls on deaf ears. And like it just pisses me off. At least a little bit. I don't want to make this too long. 31 minutes? Holy fucking balls! Was it? It was like 17 minutes when I was like pulling up to the station. Jesus Christ. We're abandoning that. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else could be said.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
vehicle retrieval.
I feel like, again, I do feel like that's falling on deaf ears.
Your vehicle has been delivered to base visitors again.
Oh, and also, like, yeah, so those, like, testing events could literally happen at any time, and the idea is the rewards wouldn't be something that are limited. It's literally an in-game resource that's, you know, maybe something difficult to get, and it's not something permanent or it's something consumable. I mean, hell, like, even if it was just, like, 1,000 railgun mags, okay, cool. I'd be down for that. I could either sell it or, you know, be a good excuse to play around with a railgun. Save some people a hell of a lot of hassle. I mean, if they did have, like, some sort of... If they were like, hey, the reward is armor that isn't account bound, people would get pissed. Like, understandably, but it would be... yeah. But you know, it's supposed to be an incentive, and maybe there can be some account-bound thing, but it should be, I mean, if it's an account-bound thing, it should be, hey, here's your reward for doing this event, it's like 5,000 credits or something. You know, something that's like, yeah, and maybe not 5,000, maybe 10,000. That's a good enough amount. You know, I think that the incentive would be at whatever, like, consumable resource. And it wouldn't be like, hey, you're gonna have this Janelite just in your account to immediately, you know, dunk the economy with. Because I'm sure, like, this is the kind of thing they would just be like, this week we're just gonna test, you know, distribution centers and stress test the shit out of them. We'll just do that. Alright, so 1K was the distance. It's pretty close. I'm trying to, you know, figure out the best way to jettison out of this thing. Obviously, in the future, this isn't going to be what you want to do, but for now, it is. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What did they... So, okay, yeah. There are other things that happened this week, I believe. Yeah, this was the week. This was the week with the roadmap roundup. I'm really looking forward to the monthly report this week. But the roadmap roundup didn't change too much stuff. We got a look at a specialty version of the we got to look at the specialty version of the stealth sniper armor. I could have been better there. But I'm gonna spend like 30 seconds getting on board instead of like a minute or 2 minutes, good lord. But yeah, they added a cape. I actually, one thing I really am curious about, I was playing around, I was armor curious, and I tried out the Dust Devil legs, just visually, I didn't actually wear them. They're heavy armor, and is the biggest reason I'm kind of iffy on them. Because I actually really like them. They are just pants. They are just pants with armored boots. They have a little like wrap around them, which is cool, which is nice. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea. That could have been better. This could also... Ooh, boy, okay. Sorry, I'm like slightly in the zone here. I definitely don't mind the idea of that armor. This is a bad idea. Ooh, really was a bad idea. Ooh, could have been a little bit more efficient there. Ooh, okay. Well, looks like the guards did their job for me, so that's nice. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the armor thing. There's gonna be people who like the scarf, and there's gonna be people who don't like the scarf, cape, hood thing. I'm like... And if you haven't seen it, there's the picture, and I think it's gonna be the specialty version. It's gonna be like the Wicklow version, and the version that they sell on the web store, because... Remember when they said that that they were going to make things that they were only available in game, and then they sold them in the web store. Yeah, they've been doing that, and again is a thing that pisses me off that everybody forgot, and nobody gives a shit about. But yeah, with armor customization and Starware, so like, why... Okay, so like, these boots that I have on in the Stitcher core, I mean, they're nice, they fit well with the outfit, but the Dust Devil legs, which I can go and find at some point here, I want to go to a derelict outpost. I've been seeing a lot of dusters at derelict outposts, or like, there'll just be one duster for some reason. Even though, like, I don't know what faction is supposed to be there necessarily. But I am super curious if the dusters are a thing. Also actually really curious about something. Alright, so I believe this man is not dead. Oh, wow. That doesn't seem right. This is the Mamba Jamba. Okay, well, I can't... Good to know. Okay, I just gotta make sure. Properly make sure. Actually, that's extremely interesting. I don't have anything else to say besides that's extremely interesting. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so for Starware, I do kind of wonder if the boots for the armor is going to be part of the pants. Because, like, the Bethesda engine, the Create engine also does this, or, like, it's a thing with Bethesda games, where, you know, it's, and they've mentioned it before, they can have, like, the jackets that cover the chest and the shoulders. So theoretically they could separate the pants and the boots. I would love to see them do that. But also, I'm sure that's maybe one question that will have to come up and might be a little modification to the thing if enough people care about it. Derelict outpost on Daymar. Well, shit. Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, because I do really like that armor, but I'm probably not gonna wear heavy armor unless it's the helmet. I don't know how much, and maybe I'm gonna make an exception to that at some point. But yeah. If I get the nerve to make a post on Spectrum, it's, that might be exactly it. Just, hey, I really like the boots on this armor set. When Starware becomes a thing, can that just be a thing? I mean, oh my god. Okay, let's be real. And, like, I don't know. I might have gotten a little heated there. I don't hate the economy team. I will say that the economy team seems like they make some very interesting choices, and by interesting choices, I mean bad choices. Like, I don't mind, like, the grind. The grind is fine. The money grind, the credit grind is fine. We don't have money sinks, so I don't know how all that plays into everything, and I am super curious about, like, the one thing I am extremely curious about, when we have, like, Persistence 2.0 and, like, commodities are a thing, it'll be really curious to see, like, oh, there's a, like, I don't know if there's going to be a taxes thing or something where, like, oh, if you have over 1 million credits, you're going to get taxed, 10% of whatever credits you have. And then people just start, like, buying up commodities and holding them to, just as, like, hard assets to transfer. I think that would be hilarious to see. I think it would be absolutely hilarious to see. But yeah. Oh, but yeah, the armor. Okay, also. Okay. It's also, real interesting. While I'm on this long quantum travel here, let me just see if I can find... Oh god, I feel so bad. I'm gonna look at the Star Citizen Reddit. There was a friend I saw, I was like, oh, I should watch... They were streaming, I was like, oh, I'll check them out in a minute, and I never did, and I feel bad. Star Citizen subreddit, not whatever other Reddits, please. Y'all got any of those leaks? It'd be a little bit early for leaks. All time, past week. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, not the thing I was thinking. One thing the new ship that's gonna come out with 4.3, because there's gotta be a new ship. It's gonna be in the files, it's gonna be in the PTU files. There's no doubt. Just a matter of when it gets leaked, and I think it's gonna be when it goes into PTU, so we'll have a good idea. Really hope it's the Kruger Light Fighter. One of these stupid bundles, I feel like I want to buy one of them. And I'm trying to think. I want it for the armor, because I don't think we're going to get a good, interesting weapon. And I think we might be running out of vault weapons. There are some other things that the weapon team are working on. I don't know if the crossbow's coming anytime soon. The crossbow might be getting held back because it would make a lot of sense for FPS radar and scanning, because it's a stealth weapon. Yeah. Other than that, we might get a Vault Light machine gun, judging by the things that are missing. I mean, we could get a different Vault rifle, a different Vault submachine gun. That's definitely possible. We could get a new manufacturer for a weapon after... I mean, I know the Volt Sniper Rifle's next. I don't know if I made that clear or not. The Volt Sniper Rifle looks like a piece of shit, or it sounds like a piece of shit. It seems like it's extremely... It seems like if there was ever a weapon that was going to fundamentally change after it gets released, it's gonna be that. And I mean really, because it sounds like the kind of thing you pull it out and you stay relatively stationary. You pull it out, you do a little bit of sniping, and you move on. I can't remember exactly what it was, and I don't want to go too crazy about it until I actually see it and have it in my hands. I'm also totally willing to throw a little bit of money at a war bond something. The problem is that the armor is probably the thing I'm going to care about. The sniper will be interesting to check out, but it's going to be extremely situational. And, I mean, the paint might be something I give a shit about, it might not. The paint is never the new ship, by the way, which is, I think, is interesting. I'm sure that the Kruger Light Fighter is going to be interesting. There's also really zero reason to believe it will be the Kruger Light Fighter. I mean, they mentioned the sound team was working on it, and they mentioned that the sound team is downstream, usually one of the last things to be said, or the last teams to touch something, so...
Quantum drive deactivated.
You know. The problem is with the Kruger Light Fighter is, alright, so my plan is, to... I hope it's IAE. I really hope it's IAE, because I probably am going to be doing stupid things. By which I mean...
Shield system active.
Excuse me. Well, I'm probably gonna... I'm going to CCU my... my MTC up to the ship that's the, up to the ship that is the next least expensive ship. So if the Kruger Light Fighter is $100, I'll upgrade it to, I'll upgrade the MTC to something that's $95. Pretty sure that's a thing you can do. I really hope it's a thing you can do. We're just gonna land.
Shields under attack. Landing.
Oh, let's see.
Launch complete.
Didn't think I was gonna... be such a big fan. You know what, actually? You know what, now that I'm here in the situation right now, I'm actually kind of really glad that I only have one gun. That I'm working with. Oh my god, also this looks amazing. I'm just like... This is probably a really poor decision, actually, but oh well. By the way, I really love the derelict outposts. I don't give a shit. Like, if, there definitely needs to be some missions that I do for getting money. There needs to be missions I do for fun. And yeah, I think there's an element of, well, there's a lot of things there. I'm a loot goblin at heart. I'm a loot goblin at heart. It's what I do. I'm proud of it, actually. And, yeah. Even when the loot is sometimes garbage or floats in the air. My god, the arrowhead, good lord. Talk about sniper rifle, shitty sniper rifles. Yeah, it is also, yeah, a shame. I don't know where those snipers are. I also don't like the lagging out ones here. I was trying to lead that one. I might have been getting a little too excited. I'll admit. Is there a way up here? Like, am I in danger of getting flanked? I don't know. Yeah, because these guys are the ones with the armor. Or these are the snipers, and it's definitely shooting. And there are definitely enemies who do not have armor like this. I don't like having to charge, but it also makes sense. Oh. Yeah. I wasn't gonna get that shot. But now, you'd probably try to shoot me. Really should probably try to shoot me, or move. Yeah, that's fair. Ooh. It's been an hour, and I don't know. Okay, sorry. What was I talking about before I got distracted with gameplay? There's so many things. I think I actually sold off a lot of the relics, treasure things, and I kind of wish I didn't. I kind of wish I didn't, but also there's literally no other purpose to them. I will say... Oh yeah, I mentioned that the light fighter... One of the problems I foresee... I tend to like light fighters. Things that are actually, like... Sorry, Reliant, but things that are actually capable in a fight. Reliant's okay. It needs work, like a lot of things. Yeah. But I'm expecting that the Kruger Light Fighter is gonna be perfectly... It's gonna be fun to fly, gonna be fun to fight with, but it's gonna be a, short-range, carrier-based sort of thing. The Reliant is not long-range. It is definitely short-range. But, at the end of the day, it is also... It also has it's got a, armor rack, weapon rack. I can have my pilot armor, I can have my combat armor, I can have a buddy in it as well. So, like, you know, it's all there. It's, now, granted, I do think that probably it would be best as, like, the support fighter in a squadron, I think. Or it would be, at the very least, work better with, as a part of a 2 or 3 ship squad, I think. I also really think that the Reliant needs to have, the Gilroy mounts need to get upped to size 4s. I think it says in the description that they're size 4 gimbals. It might be like, oh, it's a size 4, but it had a size 3 because this was, from back in the day. I really hope I haven't just fucked myself over here. We'll see. If I have, then, oh well. But yeah, we're gonna have it. Isn't it really sad though that it's just like, I know what CIG is gonna do for 4.3. They're gonna have this bundle. I might like armor. I might not like the armor. But I'm definitely going to not want something in the pack, and I'm definitely going to want something in the pack. And they're not going to sell it individually because they just, on some things they refuse to learn. And like, I mean, really it is I'm not giving you money unless you do this thing. And I am saying like, oh, I'm going to go do this. And we'll see how I feel about it. I don't know why I want that armor. I don't know why I want it. Yeah, I don't know. But there is a part of me that does kind of want it for some reason. And if I end up melting it for store credit, then, because it's a war bond bundle, I believe, so you have to spend real money. So, but yeah, if I end up having to melt a thing for it, then oh well. Or if I melt it and get store credit, then I can, I'll use that to put forth for the, Kruger Light Fighter or something else. Lord only knows. Lord only knows. I haven't used my C1 in so long, and it's like, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what ship I would want to upgrade my C1 to, because I think the C1 is a really good ship. I don't know if the A1 is a little bit more capable combat-wise, but I really like the cargo. I just want it to be a little bit more armored. That's all I ask. Frankly, that might be more of a Maelstrom thing than anything else, but we'll see. Feel bad if I didn't find something cool. But also, it's not a guarantee. It's part of the excitement of being a loot goblin. You never know what you're gonna find or not find. Really? I don't know how thoroughly I've searched this. Also, no duster enemy. I was finding them around... Now, I think actually, in all fairness, I was finding them around, Microtech, which, like, a lot of the duster enemies don't have actual space-worthy armor, and so, like, they would be dead here, but also there's a lot of other times in the game where they don't care, so, where enemies don't care about that sort of thing. So, you know. I think, this can't be everything? I really hope it isn't everything, because that feels like there was nothing. That's sad. I don't want to, like, drag this out for the sake of dragging it out. I genuinely do want to just find something cool. Because honestly, I do feel like one of the things with the loot they mentioned... I'm sorry, what? Come on, dude. There we go. That the loot is basically down to the designer who was making the level designer, if you will. And that there wasn't really consistency there. I mean, like, it is CAG. There is the chance that they fuck everything up and make the loot terrible. Distribution centers. I like distribution centers, but the loot there is ass. The bunkers are decent. The derelict outposts are a pain in their own way. But, they're a pain in their own way, but they are also, they do have good loot. Remember when you were able to move those boxes into your inventory? Oh my god. Into, like, inventory crates? Oh my god. That was so much better. Oh, there we go. It ain't much, but it's something. I only need one of those, but that's okay. The food is also very much unnecessary, but again, it's okay. Alright, in the moment of truth to find out if I fucked myself over here. Let's just make sure I didn't miss something right under my nose. Oh, I don't think I looked at that. Ooh, definitely missed this one. Yeah. I know those Revenant pods are, relatively worthwhile, but meh. Ooh, got one of these rooms. This is where all the good shit is. Very nice. Let's see. Oh, also, I'm sorry, I didn't even mention the Onyx facilities. Oh my god, if you made it this far, good lord, you're a real one. The Onyx facilities, there's 100 of them, which, if everything works out, might be exactly what CIG needs, or CIG should be looking for, you know, like, making these events, activities, PvE. like, you know, if they, you know, if it's, if it really is just a, hey, you have to, a thing you have to, if it's not a super easy thing to just go out and find, that's good. Or if, like, you know, everybody on the server could be at the sites, and there's only going to be like 6 people there. Which is, yeah, that's definitely appreciated. Now, I mean, like, things, I don't hate the fact that Stormbreaker is, you know, a little bit of a hot area. That's absolutely fine and should be expected. It just, shouldn't be the only case. I just need maybe one of these, so we're just gonna put that there, and we're gonna... Okay, alright. Apples... I can carry some apples. I don't need the snaggle sticks, I'll admit, but I'm gonna carry them anyway. I'm a fat ass. They're not cooperative zones, they aren't cooperative zones anymore, they're just sandbox activities. It does sound like, well, it'll be interesting, but it does seem like it'll be a PvE thing, and that's good. We definitely need some PvP, PvE, and PvA. PV all, player versus environment, and PvP. I really like that term because PvPvE or PvEVP is annoying as fuck to say. So that I'm excited about. And yeah, I mean, frankly, all I've wanted from underground bunkers is to be larger and more expansive. Like, not huge, but just, you know, a little facility that, you know, has, you know, living quarters, and it's like a little actual FPS map, and they can be, you know, randomly generated, and, you know, you're going to go through the same rooms every time, but they're going to be in a different order, and it's a little, not a roguelite experience exactly, because if you keep going to the same location, it's going to look the same, but, you know, that sort of a thing, that sort of a vibe. Yeah, I don't have too much to say. I don't like these things going over an hour, but sometimes they do, and it's okay. If you're watching this when it comes out on Sunday, I stream at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I said 7 p.m., I'm sorry. I hope I said 7 p.m. because it's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Who is that? Hold on. Oh my god. I don't know why I moved like that. That was weird. Hello? I think that's a player. She really just fucking... I turned decoupled off. I don't know why I don't know why that happened. Huh. Funny. What was I going to say? I don't know. It was probably because I had cruise control on. Anyway, yeah, so I stream Sundays, I stream Star Citizen on Sundays specifically, also a bunch of other things. For a bit, I'm going to be streaming Star Citizen on Wednesdays, and if I don't have anything better to do, I'll stream on Wednesdays. Star Citizen on Wednesdays. Minecraft Monday RPGs on Fridays. Until next time, have a good day, great day, even. Chowskis.